Welcome back. In this episode, we stopped thinking about life, or at least we stopped thinking about living life and just focus more on ending it. With the undead!
Of course.
Or is it re-dead?
I don't know. No, because they're not really zombies, so they're not undead, but I don't know. Fuck it. I don't give a crap.
The point is, if you
They're
hit a
killing.
skeleton with a sword, it kills it. Because reasons.
Yes, exactly.
Also, why are there so many chests in the dungeon?
I don't know. I don't think about these things.
Nobody does. It's a JRPG.
Exactly.
Turn away.
Ooh, stealthy time.
Turn away. Bam! Yeah!
That's stealth.
He passed out. Yeah, got a mid-tonic. So yeah, you do. For certain ones, you get a mid-tonic.
Yeah.
Run! Run across the bridge in this place that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But that's okay.
We don't really care.
Open the door.
Alright. Yeah, no chest.
Shelter! And then there's this guy over here that kind of creeped me out as a kid. Because I love the imagination of children. Because he just turns into a fucking skeleton man.
Right?
And I don't mean that he turns into a skeleton man. He just turns into a skeleton.
Yeah. Like he's always been a skeleton. You just touched him and he fell apart or some shit.
That'd be horrifying in 3D.
That would be.
Oh, now they're both turned over. Turned over at the same time. I hope I can get this one before he hides again. Yeah!
Good job.
I wonder if that's a Japanese folklore thing.
What? Turning into skeletons?
No.
I was wondering where you were going.
That enemy type.
Oh.
If it's based on something in Japanese folklore.
It might be.
And that might sound so wrong because it might just be a stupid thing that they came up with.
And that's also possible.
So now we go through this hole, which is right next to... Okay, are those supposed to be toilets?
Toilets? It looks like it.
I just now cared enough to try and figure out.
Yeah, I've never cared enough to look at it, but it really does look like a toilet now that I'm looking at it.
Huh.
Yeah, yeah.
So apparently, not only do we have typewriters and refrigerators in this feudal society with castles and swords, but we also have working plumbing.
Yes, of course.
In the dungeons.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah, whatever, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't argue with it, just enjoy it.
So, a couple of videos ago, I mentioned getting a really good sword early on.
Yeah.
That sword is, actually the load sword, and this is where you just get it for free.
Yep.
If you play the game.
What are we, an hour and a half in?
If even. And it's blue.
Which is kind of cool.
It's probably meant to be more like steel colored, but
yeah,
it looks blue because graphics.
Yeah, it does look blue. But that's fine. It's cool looking.
Oh, I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
And now this guy loses his shit and promptly proceeds to get the shit kicked out of him, even though he lost it. Hang on, I have to think about this one for a second. He lost his shit, and Luca found it and shoved it right up his ass.
Yeah.
We're gonna blow this joint. So let's find out here. An hour and 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah, so. And we would have had to grind probably at least 45 minutes or close to an hour to get the friggin' sword at the beginning anyways.
So there you go. So the top secret document that was left behind on the floor, it could have just been left on the table.
Well, it was on the table until he lost his shit.
I know, it's just...
Yeah, it could.
It's immune to lightning and fire, which is hilarious because at this point, you don't even have any lightning anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even have the friggin' magic yet anyway, so it defeats the purpose.
I don't know if you get it... in NG Plus would you have it? But it'd be really...
You might.
It'd be really irrelevant anyway, because you'd have, Confused, I think it's called.
Yeah, which is... or whatever they call it in the...
So this is a 3-part boss fight, in the sense that it's got its head, its body, and its, little wheels there.
I do like this boss fight, though.
Indeed. And there is no reason to, use Flame Whirl, since immune to flame.
Yep.
But the head will repair any damage done, so you have to specifically target the head.
Yep.
So while we do this boss fight that is mostly just target head, target wheel, target body, I wanted to ask you, you played the DS version of this game, right?
Yeah.
Did you play it to completion?
Yeah.
They had a bonus dungeon, didn't they?
Not that I remember.
I know they added one, so you didn't find it. Okay. So much for that question.
I don't remember a bonus dungeon.
I was gonna ask if it was actually a good dungeon, or if, it's just gimmicky nonsense.
Well, it's like... I know they added a stupid gimmicky nonsense, like, side mode and shits. But I don't remember an extra dungeon.
Because I know they added, like, the monster collecting minigames. You destroy the head, and what's left behind is almost horrifying, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh,
I remember the monster hunting minigame, because that was as stupid as it was kind of fun. But I don't remember an extra dungeon.
Yeah, I know one was there.
Okay.
But, it's clearly not enough to say that it's, like, the definitive version of the game or anything.
No. It was good. It's also just as good as the PS1 version of this game that I have.
Which means the Super Nintendo one remains the best.
Yeah?
I'm asking you, the one who's... I played the PlayStation version, and, it's pretty notorious for its, loading issues.
Load times. Yep. Yeah.
Which...
I don't know. The only difference to me between the PlayStation and the Nintendo one, it seemed like the PlayStation had the anime cutscenes, and
It did.
And that was like the big difference. That and the loading times, which even then weren't a big deal.
They're more... You get used to them, but definitely if you have a choice,
Yeah.
I would recommend the Super Nintendo version over it anyway. Because honestly, the animated cutscenes aren't all that good and don't really add anything. I don't think.
Not. They really don't. I don't know. I kind of just like the little... I like it, though.
I like... Oh, Chrono. So badass. So awesome. And then he shoots. Oh, it's so good. This game was like one of the few. Why did like the sprites are so expressive, and they did so much with it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's almost. I understand that this game came out fairly late in the life cycle of the Super Nintendo.
Okay. But still, for what it is, for way back when, it's
Well,
fucking fantastic.
What I'm saying is, it's a pity that it's almost a pity that so few games could be like that. Like it came out at the end and set a precedent that was never really had a chance to be topped.
Yeah.
So this is the point where Marl is going to pretend like she has any type of authority. And roughly the same thing happens. And how the fuck did he get there?
Holy shit, I have no idea. I've never noticed that, but holy shit, he just, yeah.
I've noticed it, but it's fantastic. It's that old school...
Fuck you.
I walked off, I exited stage left and came back stage right because reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, it works.
And now, Marl tells her dad lovingly that she despises him. Which is
of course.
pretty fucking brutal. I'm not gonna lie. And now these 10 out of 10 guards with no armor.
Yeah,
I'm not even.
They're wearing suits.
I'm not even really sure what it is I'm supposed to be afraid of from these guys.
They're gonna punch you and take you back into the dungeon or some shit. I don't know.
I mean, they're falling back, and I'm just walking into them.
But they've got pauldrons or whatever the fuck the shoulder armor was called.
Are those supposed to be pauldrons?
Yeah, as far as I can tell.
I have no idea. So there's another of the chests that we inevitably forget about.
Of course.
And we're almost starting to get to the plot. We're almost there.
Yeah.
Which is what this game to me is the ultimate concept of an adventure.
Yeah.
There's an inciting incident, and then you get shuffled from one scene to the next, to the next, to the next, until finally you hit the plot.
Yeah.
And it takes like 2 hours.
It does, but it's weird because so much stuff has been going on that it doesn't really feel like it's just a stupid long intro.
Right, because it's not an intro.
Yeah.
You're playing the game. No part of the game is being held off until you get to this point. It's just...
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean.
You're not yet certain what the grand scheme of everything is. So this is the future. It's really, really shitty.
That's a fact. Got any cash?
I love how he asks, do you have any cash? You call this money. Fuck it, good enough.
It's fucked up future.
Well, my question is, who's buying anything?
No one.
What is the significance of currency? And furthermore, what does it mean when you just take something that other people says is money?
Well, maybe he's not a very good businessman, and that's why he's wearing a bag in a freaking hole in the ground.
So, yeah. Okay. So the enemies in Lab 16 don't react to weapons like guns and swords. Because that's something that you say, usually.
Yeah, you just randomly walk up to people and tell them that.
We're going to war with Russia. Did you know that they don't react well to weapons like guns and swords?
Well then. Sucks to
My
be
favorite line in the game. But you're still hungry.
So depressing.
But you're still hungry and the future refused to change are two lines that I just love fitting into conversations because nobody has any idea what I'm on about. Alright, join us next time when we further explore this shithole. I don't know why you'd want to be here for that. Ew.